Philadelphia. There was almost no way to get jacked up Tuesday night at Citizens Bank Park, what with the schools in session and the Phillies' stink crowd of 16,437 on hand. So when Bryce Harper made his return to the Washington Nationals lineup, he did so to a few boos, a few claps, watched 4 pitches and wandered to first base rather quietly. But no two things about what Harper's first appearance since August 12 means. The club survived, offensively, without him. Barely, but it did. And the Nats now have the ability to roll out their full fearsome lineup, with the most dangerous player being the one they just added. "I think," General Manager Mike Rizzo said a few minutes before Harper began launching baseballs into the stratosphere during batting practice, "he'll change the whole pitching attack on how teams pitch to players around him." This is not just about getting Harper back, although that is significant. He's almost certainly going to fall a few plate appearances short of the 502 needed to qualify for the batting title, but he entered play Tuesday tied with Colorado's Charlie Blackmon, the National League leader, at .326, and he also had the NL's best on-base plus slugging percentage and its second-best slugging percentage. The list of players who could disappear for a month and a half, then be reinserted on a single insignificant Tuesday and engender such excitement and hope fits on one hand. You might be able to use 2 fingers. I mean, first baseman Ryan Zimmerman said, smirking, "Pretty good player." Bryce Harper makes long-awaited return in Nats' 4-1 loss to Phillies. Individually, that's obvious, and Zimmerman's tone and expression indicated he knew the vastness of his understatement. But take the global view Rizzo did. Harper's return isn't just about his average and his power. It's about how he potentially changes an offense, sluggish recently, for the postseason. Just having him in the lineup, just the presence, what that does for everyone else makes a big difference, Zimmerman said. He helps spread it out. It has seemed that the Nationals have been in something of an offensive dip since Harper went down, rather dramatically, with a bone bruise, after he slipped on first base August 12. Indeed, in the 42 games he missed, they failed to score more than 3 runs 20 times, roughly every other night. On the whole, the Nationals' offense somehow survived a long-term absence, not only of Harper but also of, in random order, Jason Worth, Trey Turner, Adam Eaton and Michael A. Taylor. When you start to get nervous about how this group will perform in the playoffs, remind yourself, these Nats entered play Tuesday night tied with the Cubs as the highest-scoring team in the NL, and the Nats led the league in slugging percentage .449 and ops .780. Those numbers are down, and down significantly, since the All-Star break, 7th in slugging, 11th in ops. But those numbers weren't produced by the same cadre of players the Nats will have in the playoffs, and they are further distorted by the Class AAA lineups manager Dusty Baker has occasionally employed since the division was wrapped up with so much season to go. Now that the group is whole again, second baseman Daniel Murphy sat out Tuesday night, but the entire lineup should play together for much of the final home series against Pittsburgh. It's something to think about. Not just for the Cubs, who are lined up to be the Nats' opponents for the NL Division Series, but for Baker.